Hi everybody. So it is March the 27th. I cannot believe that it is the end of the month already for the third month of the year, 2024. How are you guys doing? Like, honestly, I really need to know how people are doing as they're listening to this podcast, because these are some things that we got to talk about. The fact that we can still be isolated after isolation has been over, called off, the masks have been removed. Basically, we were told to hush and think for a moment because the government kind of made us do it. But in those seasons, we literally have to observe that it was just a season. So thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for changes. Thank goodness for new seasons. Thank goodness for new things, because sometimes the same old thing can be the same old thing. And how many of us understand what that means? They could be relationships, obviously. We could think about so many other aspects of our lives that only need to be cut down for a season. But I want us to think about those things that are everlasting throughout each season, because I think that we forget about the fact that we still have to hold strong to even ourselves. Don't you guys remember that Jesus is the cornerstone of every church? And don't you guys understand that we are the church? So think about that. If he's the cornerstone of our church and he is everlasting, it means that we really have to hold on to him. And I know that even sometimes, that could be a lot, because we could be going through seasons where we forget to go look at that cornerstone. And it makes me a little bit sad, but I also understand, because I've been there. I'm a human being. And I honestly feel like we have to go through those seasons so that we can understand that people are human beings, that these moments in our life happen, that we really seriously have to think about the fact that when we go through these things, we're not just going through it all alone. We're not just doing the things that we're doing for no reason. A lot of the things that I ended up learning in my down seasons, and in those seasons where I had to be quiet and I had to sit and think. And for those of you guys who know what it looks like to have anxious minds, to have minds that race, to be a parent, to be a sibling, to think about so many other people other than just yourself, I think that we have to really recognize the fact that even us, the heroes of the family, yes, number ones, that we have to sit down and really care for ourselves. In all of those superhero movies and whatnot, all we see is the heroine get defeated by one thing, whatever that one thing is. And for some reason, that's how we treat the church. That's how we treat the Word of God. We treat it like it's our kryptonite. We treat it like it's our one weakness, when really it's something that's put there to keep us up. You realize that every time Superman touched kryptonite, though, he didn't stop being Superman. He would do something greater. He would think different. He would act different. He would strategize differently. And oh my God, the Word of God is so true. In all of these different seasons, we have to remember that God is an ever-changing God. Although he is everlasting, he also is ever-changing. And he has to be ever-changing, because the world is ever-changing. The enemy is ever-changing. The enemy is always trying to find tactics and ways to kind of, get at us and make us go into ourselves. Whether it's mandated by the government or not, God is God. And we realize that. Your kryptonite, does not kill you. And that's the best part about Easter and the story of God, is that kryptonite did not kill Jesus. The enemy did not kill Jesus. And the enemy was everything that's ever come against Jesus. Everything that ever came against the truth. Okay, we understand that a lot of things came up against Jesus. Even in his final days, they beat him all the way down to a pulp. Or they tried. Until the very last breath. until the very last breath. They understand that he understood the assignment. Jesus always understood the assignment. And that's why he is the cornerstone, because he was able to stay strong under some extreme circumstances. So we have to know that in his suffering, all he thought about was us. And so in our suffering, all we have to do is think about him. I hope that you guys have a great Easter with your families. Please stay safe. We are on a great journey ourselves as a family, to go see our family and to also praise and worship who Jesus was, is, and is to come. And I'm so excited to be spending those times with family, because it's very much needed. Long overdue. Very long overdue, it feels. So I hope that everybody else enjoys their family as well. Please send me any questions that you guys have for Revelation Divine. We look forward to coming back on the air more in the future as we talk about our Odyssey event, where Precise Management LLC, run by Miss Katrina, I cannot wait to introduce you guys to her. She is awesome. She has been an amazing leader. I have learned so much from her, and I know you guys will too in the future. Stick tuned to our Odyssey event that is going to be coming very, very soon. I'll let you guys know more in future podcasts.